Well, a very good afternoon to you from whichever part of the Republic of Kenya you're tuned in to TV47. You're right in time for the 4 p.m. news coverage. My name is Samson, Jura, and I'll be with you for the next couple of minutes to ensure you're up to speed with everything happening in the country, across our borders and beyond. 22047 is the short SMS code. The hashtag on X is TV47 News Now. We are streaming live on Facebook and on YouTube at TV47 Kenya. Remember, this and much more stories are available to you on our website at www.tv47.digital. Let's begin the broadcast this afternoon. The High Court has fined 2 senior officials of the Presbyterian Church of East Africa, PCEA, after finding them guilty of contempt of court. Secretary General Reverend Patrick Waihenya and moderator Reverend Thegu Mutahi were ordered to pay fines of 150,000 Kenya shillings and 100,000 Kenya shillings respectively for disobeying court orders that barred the installation of David Ndumo as the church's honorary treasurer. Lady Justice Stella Mutuku ruled that the clerics were willfully violated an injunction issued on the 8th of April 2024 by proceeding with the Ndumo's installation despite being fully aware of the court's orders. The judge warned that failure to pay the fines would attract further legal consequences, underscoring that no individual or institution is above the authority of the court. Justice Mutuku faulted the church leaders for openly defying the law, stressing that obedience to court orders is mandatory regardless of one's position or status. Moving on, U.S. President Donald Trump has announced the immediate suspension of the Green Card Lottery program following a mass shooting incident at Brown University. The Diversity Immigrant Visa, commonly referred to as the Green Card Visa Lottery, is a U.S. government initiative which grants foreigners the permit to enter America. Winners of the lottery are always selected randomly through a program which uniquely permits people to go abroad to learn or acquire better jobs. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem on Thursday, December 18th, announced that Trump had ordered the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services to pause the program. The suspension follows a shooting incident at Brown University in which a gunman opened fire, killing 2 students. According to Secretary Kristi Noem, the suspected shooter is said to have entered America through the Diversity Lottery Immigrant Visa program and was granted a green card. From the U.S., we come back to the country where the government has intensified its push for irrigation-led large-scale agriculture to tackle Kenya's recurrent droughts and heavy reliance on food imports. At the center of this strategy is a 1.8 million acre Galana Kulalu project designated strictly for mechanized irrigated agriculture to boost local food production and build long-term resilience agriculture. Cabinet Secretary Mutahi Kagwe says the initiative will stabilize food supply, reduce import dependence, and create economic opportunities for local communities and investors while promoting technology-driven high-yield farming across arid and semi-arid regions, warning that rain-fed farming can no longer sustain a growing population under increasingly unpredictable conditions.
Onions like that.
Just try it.
Early this year, the cabinet passed a CAP memo regarding the construction of a major dam in the Savo area that is going to assist them in farming this entire area that comprises of about 1.8 million acres. So what they are currently utilizing is a very small fraction of the potential that Galana Kulalu has in terms of feeding Kenyans, the human beings. As you know, we are going through a drought at the moment. These are some of the measures that we need. From what we have seen, I am particularly impressed by the work that I'm seeing here. And this is just the embryonic levels. They are just at their embryonic stages. But what we have learned from them is the importance of thinking scientifically.
Now to some matters politics. The Wiper Patriotic Front has called out President William Ruto over his recent attacks on the party leader Kalonzo Musyoka, terming the remarks a desperate move by the president after failing to lure Kalonzo into the broad-based government. In a statement, Wiper Secretary General Shakila Abdallah said, and I quote, "The people have made their choice, and in his desperation, the president has unleashed a digital militia and a propaganda machine in a futile attempt to destroy what he cannot by Kalonzo's integrity and people's trust." Wiper has further warned President Ruto to stop taking credit for the Kibwezi Mutomo Kitui Bondeni Road, which the party says was launched by Kalonzo Musyoka on March 29, 2011. The party has also accused the former Jubilee administration of writing to the Exim Bank of China with the intention of derailing the project. Still on politics and political parties, UDA leaders led by Secretary General Hassan Omar, National Treasurer Japhet Nyakundi, Nyandarua Woman Representative Faith Gitau, among other local leaders, have reaffirmed their commitment in Kenya Kwanza government. The leaders who spoke during UDA sensitization exercise, which is expected to begin next year in Kipipiri constituency, Nyandarua County, have warned residents against leaders who incite them against the current regime, stating that Ruto's government has performed well and that the opposition has nothing to offer to Kenyans other than empty rhetoric and propaganda. At the same time, they have received defectors from other parties calling for more like-minded leaders to join hands with them to push the bottom-up agenda.
Hata naonea wale wengine hapa wanasema ati wana compete na His Excellency William Samoei Ruto. Na waangalia hivi, hata maneno yao hawajui wanatoka wapi, hata wanaenda wapi. Sisi tunasema William is competing with William.
Amekoroga yeye, akaambia yeye weka kando, amesukuma yeye nje. Sasa huyo Matiang'i wetu amewachwa hivi. Mimi nataka kuambia pia Matiang'i, wewe usikubali kukorogwa. Kuja katika chama cha UDA tufanye kazi pamoja na mheshimiwa.
Never make the mistake of exiting government just because somebody told you to do so. Tumia fikra yako kama Wishungu alivyosema, hakuna mtu amekubebea akili yako.
Now, Kirinyaga Governor Anne Waiguru has called on Kenyans, especially women, to support the Kenya Kwanza government's development agenda and President William Ruto's bid for a second term in office. Addressing about 2,000 women from different parts of the country, Waiguru stated that she is personally committed to rallying citizens to help President Ruto re-election in the 2027. Waiguru emphasized that the Mount Kenya region cannot afford to remain outside government for 5 years, adding that the opposition lacks both a strategy and vision to lead the nation.
Nishasema nitashikilia Mheshimiwa Rais William Samoei Ruto amalize term. Si nyinyi wenyewe mnaniambia nijipange? Sasa mnataka nijipange na wale ambao hata hatujui kama watafika. Si ndio? Kama tunajipanga, tunasema safari ya kesho upangwa lini? Lazima tutengeneze njia ya kila mtu wa Mount Kenya. Hiyo haiwezi fanya tujitupe tuende opposition. Sisi ndio sasa tukue kwa barabara tukipigwa na tear gas kama wale ambao walikuwa wamezoea, hata hao wamekataa kurudi opposition na huko ndio walikuweko. Wametusukuma wako ndani ya serikali, ati na sisi tunatoka tuende opposition.
And Kenya-India relations have continued to strengthen, with the partnership now taking the form of a strategic cooperation in business, security, development and culture. While addressing the media earlier today, the Indian ambassador to Kenya, Dr. Adrash Swaika, emphasized on people-to-people ties, saying it remains a key foundation between the two countries, with Kenya hosting a community of 80,000 to 100,000 Indians officially recognized as the 44th tribe in 2017. India also provides educational scholarships to Kenyans and serves as a major medical hub, with over 10,000 Kenyans receiving medical services yearly in India. On the international stage, India has pledged to continue supporting the Global South and amplify Africa's voice, including assisting the African Union in obtaining a permanent membership in the G20.
This year, India and Kenya jointly unveiled the joint India-Africa commemorative pillar at Teta Taveta, honoring these Indian and African soldiers. The Indian presence in Kenya or the then East African region was not limited to labor or commerce or military. Most importantly, Indians and persons of Indian origin were deeply involved in Kenya's political awakening and freedom struggle. The Voice of Global South Summit, organized by India in 2023, with participation of over 100 developing countries, was to mainstream the aspirations and developmental needs of developing countries in the agenda of G20 when India held the G20 presidency. India also played a decisive role in securing African Union's permanent membership of G20, ensuring that Africa has a seat at the highest table of global economic decision-making. India has also taken a lead in practical, action-oriented international initiatives, including the International Solar Alliance, the Coalition for Disaster-Resilient Infrastructure, the International Big Cat Alliance, and the Global Biofuels Alliance, the secretariats of which are based in India. And our partner country, Kenya, has shown very strong interest in engaging in these initiatives, reflecting shared priorities in renewable energy, climate resilience, biodiversity conservation, and sustainable growth.
Now, a multi-agency enforcement team from the National Transport and Safety Authority and the National Police Service today conducted vehicle inspection along the Nairobi-Nakuru highway. The operation was led by Andrew Kiplagat, Road Safety and Compliance Director at NTSA, who said compliance inspection will continue across the country. He warned passenger vehicles operator found tampering with speed governors risk severe action. National Police Deputy Head of Operations Tom Ondera called on Kenyans to be vigilant and report any road users who will be violating traffic rules.
No, it was dangerous. Heightened travel. Many people will be traveling, going to different destinations, and we as government, many government agencies, the National Transport and Safety Authority, the National Police Service, we have the judiciary, and many other stakeholders are working together in a multi-agency approach to ensure that we promote safe passage of people to different destinations. Our main aim this time is to see to it that we minimize as much as possible road traffic crashes, and that's why we're here today, to ensure that that happens, to see that the motorists move smoothly, and also to detect violations that can endanger safety during this period. Some of the things that we are focusing are vehicle compliance, the roadworthiness of vehicles. We are looking at driver compliance, we are looking at SACCO compliance, and we are looking at even conductor compliance. And in our random checks, we discovered that although the speed limiter is valid or is fitted, and the certificate indicates that it is valid until May next year, we did a random check to just verify that it's indeed working.
And with that, let's take a look at what is happening in the world of sports. And of course, Kenyan youngsters added 6 medals in the weightlifting, taekwondo and boxing on the penultimate day of the African Youth Games, pushing the country's overall medal tally to 23 in Luanda, Angola on Thursday. The medal harvest was spearheaded by weightlifter Amanda Lina, who delivered a rare triple feat in the 48 kilograms category, winning 2 silver medals and 1 bronze in the snatch and clean and jerk events. In taekwondo, 15-year-old Rachel Wekesa claimed silver in the girls under 48 kg final after falling 2-0 to Egypt's Leyan Yesar Mohamed, losing the round 13-1 and 7-3. In the boys under 45 category, Robert Gideon secured a bronze medal after losing to Isaka Mahamadou of Ivory Coast. Robert went down 6-3 in the opening round before Mahamadou sealed the contest with an 8-5 victory in the second round.
Mechi mbili ambaye ilikuwa ya msichana Sonia Atieno pamoja na ilikuwa mechi tatu pamoja na Felix Onyango, alafu pia na Clinton Omondi ambaye Clinton alifaulu kuingia katika semi ambaye amecheza siku ya leo, lakini ni hali ya mchezo wake wa leo amepoteza kwa Mkongo, lakini amefanikiwa akapata bronze. Ilikuwa ni game yake ya kwanza internationally, so kwetu sisi it is a plus.
It's our first time tunapata silver na bronze kwa mchezo kama huu, na kulingana na vile tuli prepare our athletes. As a coach, I'm proud of my athletes, I'm proud of our country, I'm proud of myself. So na feel vizuri kama coach. Si coaches tulikaa chini tukasema tunakuja kucheza mchezo kubwa, na tukaangalia taekwondo ya saizi iko tofauti na taekwondo ya kitambo, ama mchezo ya saizi iko tofauti. Tulikaa chini tukaongea na watoto wetu, ingao tulikuwa na muda mfupi sana, lakini tulichukua zile technique tunaita techniques tukawapatia vijana, na tukaongea nao tukawaambia hii mchezo inataka tuwe ready mentally and physically.
Well, congratulations to the Kenyan team. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, that story from Angola marks the end of this broadcast this afternoon. Many thanks indeed for keeping us company. Remember, you can always find this and much more stories available to you on our website at www.tv47.digital, and of course on our socials at TV47 Kenya on Facebook, TV47KE on Instagram, and TV47 Digital on X. My name is Samson Jura. Do have yourself a lovely, lovely Friday afternoon and weekend by extension, and I hope it's not too early to say Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.